The official narrative isn't exactly how it's going.
President Trump says the war will end, quote, pretty soon.
We have 2 to 3 weeks to win until the global economy collapses, and we're not going to win in the next 2 to 3 weeks.
And cue the fire. It is a trap. They are lying to you. We are looking at 2008 all over again on steroids. But no, Bravo, didn't you just see J.D. Vance was just on TV? He said this is going to be soon. Well, as you know, he's a Christian, and Christians sometimes say Jesus is coming back soon. Breaking news, if you want to debate the word soon, it's not what you think. Also, when you have the orange guy, Trump considers renaming the Strait of Hormuz after either America or himself once he evicts Iran, because it's just that easy. Sorry, you're fired, you're evicted. Don't know who is giving Trump this kind of intel, because me, being in the military, things like this, Iran is not Venezuela. This is not, oh yeah, we'll just take out their supreme leader and hey, here we go. You did, and here we is. I mean, this was a great piece. This was a month ago when Prince wrote this. Trump's Iran war rebuked by Blackwater founder Eric Prince. Let's look at the word of the day, chaos. And Eric is a former Navy SEAL that thought, you know what, hey, I'm going to make some money. Let's create Blackwater and BlackRock. BlackRock owns everything. That's just a whole nother rabbit hole. But he's a military contractor. He knows what's at stake. During his interview, when we were like top dog, this was at the very beginning when we took out the Ayatollah, all the officials, 40 of them. These are the top Iranian. It was like, look at Trump go. He knows the only way to solve the Strait of Hormuz is we got to go in. And not just with 10,000 troops, 100,000 troops. The U.S. would need 1 million troops to control Iran. Not the few thousand currently on their way, and a few more thousand. They got 1 million soldiers. They're ready. So this is not, again, it's not Venezuela. This is a lose-lose situation. Also known as World War IV. Everyone's now getting involved. 16 Chinese Y-20 military cargo planes land in Iran with weapons. We'll get to the stock market and how this all affects you and the economy. It's not good. And you do know everyone has been selling. Everyone. These have been the CEOs. Like there is no buy the dip. You know, there might be a problem when Michael Burry posts the problem is too big to save. U.S. financial markets and economy is crashing, will crash. At the same time, the banks are locking their doors. They're like, no, I know, you want your money. You ain't getting it for at least 3 years. They call it gates, UBS gates, all your money for 3 years. It's time to hunker down, kids. It's going to get nasty. I even took to AI. Also, can you look and see if you've been unsubscribed? Thank you very much. I asked multiple agents, what do you think on this opening? Do your due diligence. Be the professor. Outcome. This is all I got. It will not open anytime soon. Well, tell me more. Iran has refused negotiations, okay, and is demanding major U.S. concessions. And I don't see Trump bending the knee. Maybe hear me out on this one, or the strait will stay closed indefinitely. What's the result? Well, yeah, you got $120 oil prices. You have recessions, depressions. You have maybe 14 days, maybe less. Look what we've done in 3 weeks. 3 weeks, the entire globe is recession. And Iran has been just waiting for this. They're hunkered down, everything, all around it. They're entrenched. Cannot win this via drones and air. Key factors. Iran is defiant. It's like being married. Reopening. It would likely require large-scale military operations. As experts warn of heavy escalation involving mines, missiles, small boats, proxy forces, and direct battle, or any direct battle, there risks severe consequences for all sides. Going back to the beginning of time, it's always about oil. And they know what happens when you start messing with oil. 1864, World War. 73, Arab oil embargo. 79, Iranian Revolution. 90, Gulf War. 2008, financial crisis. 2026, you are right here. And every time energy prices go up, at every date, you enter recession, depression. Even Business Insider saying markets are still weeks away from peak panic. Here are the 3 tips for navigating, right? Buy the dip. Make sure you tune into CNBC where Jim Cramer says Black Monday incoming, sell everything. Not true. But that would actually give the market a huge boost. That would be the bottom. Yesterday's video, I mentioned Luke Gromen. I wanted you to hear just a few second clip. This is in regards to, guys, you have 14 days. If this does not end in 14 days, pack your bags.
Guys, like, the official narrative isn't exactly how it's going. And again, I'm not saying that to be anti-American. I'm not saying that because I hope we lose. I think we will eventually win. My whole point as a market practitioner is we have 2 to 3 weeks to win until the global economy collapses. And we're not going to win in the next 2 to 3 weeks based on what I know, unless we have this wonder weapon that wraps it all up this weekend while markets are closed.
Over and over, from macro to economists to, well, traders. I already told you, show you the charts in just a second where we're going, because you want to know where is it. I have no good news for you. Analyst, a new oil shock is building. The next few weeks of war will be decisive for the economy. See what's happened in the 30 days. It's a bullwhip effect, and this is not going to bode well for the not 1%. One is living paycheck to paycheck, and actually the 1% that knows about this stuff being absolutely decimated. Look, Domino's Pizza down 22%. That would be one finger. This is your normal economy. Like, we're broke, we got to have pizza. Back, let's eat Chipotle, down almost 40%. How about some processed chicken? Wingstop down 31%. Consumer sentiment, this is recession. Oh wait. Hey, guess what, kids? Yep. It's not good, and it's not going to get better. I know. Why would you say that? AI. Sorry. That's how it's going to work out. It is going to be the 1% and then the 99%. Look at this. Researchers warn AI will wipe out 10 million jobs in 2 years. What are you going to do? Axios is saying you guys are caught in triple pain. Oh, no. What is it? Big picture, inflation, energy. You're not even mentioned grocery prices. You haven't even hit AI yet. They're mentioning like, oh, the S&P 500. It's down 10%. U.S. government borrowing costs, average fixed rate. You're not getting a house. I'm a barber. AI and robotics never take my job. Okay, yeah, you're safe. Nothing to see here. Oh, you got to clean it up a little bit on the sides there. That's pretty good. You guys haven't even seen robotics yet. First, it's AI. That's heating up. It's when you plug AI in with robotics, and the government's not going to save you. I don't care if you're red, blue. This is debt that they're talking about in the article. Oh, the debt, once the red guy comes in, then it's going to be all fixed. No, it's not. It's still going to keep going and going and going. You hit 40 trillion yet? Yeah. You got to pay back. Remember, guys, you got to pay back 357,000, and then it'll be 400,000. There will always be a budget deficit. It will always lie to you and tell you, oh, we're going to get rid of this. No taxes. Everything's great. I know, with all this doom and gloom, I read your comments. What's your solution then, Bravo? Mike, it's been the same thing since I started this channel. Start businesses that AI can't take, and neither can robotics. Good luck on that one. Trade these things. On the S&P 500, see, this was the S&P 500, and I said, you don't want to break that. You're also putting in really cool chilling patterns, or the NASDAQ. You don't want to break that. And if you do, you go in that direction, and you broke it. See, before, you were in that direction, and then you rolled over. And I mean, something really that maybe you don't see. Do you see a Head and Shoulders? I want to be positive that you guys are going to get a bounce. How about a Head and Shoulders on this? See? Left shoulder, head. Oh, Bravo, you said the market was going to go down, and it went up. You see, right now, it looks like that. And then it's going to get a nice little bounce like that. I've been telling you, get ready for the bounce. Get ready for the bounce. If you don't know what button to click, take my course on it. I will give you step-by-step 100 videos plus, because really soon you're going to see articles like dip buyers, brink of a bear market. Look, we're fine. I'm going to say, let's go, lemmings. Let's pump these bags. Even this, look, 2 chip stocks. Cheap. They're cheap. They're going to be red hot. This is more than half the S&P 500 industry is in correction. What follows correction? Do you know? Yeah, not good. That would be a bear market. If you know me, I've already called it. I call it ahead of time. That's why you subscribe, because I have magical crystal balls, and I tell you this is what's going to happen. You're going to come down here. Also, if you were in my course and you turned on one indicator, see this whale? You don't see any of them. This is the only time. I'm like, here we go. And then every time you see these little plus buttons, that means it's going to pull back. 789, pull back. It's just rinse and repeat. Also, now that we are under the 200, you are going to come down into here, okay? And then it's going to bounce. See this zone? This is a Bravo zone. I know this is purple right here. It just gave up. It's still going. It's still purple. If I had to guess, and so does my system, it's going to bounce right here. You want to know the price? And then you could save it and then watch. This is where you're going to put in a buy, but for a very short amount of time. It is going to bounce, and you're going to make shat tons of money. So just so you're not waiting around waiting for this, like, I have a computer system. Leave a link to it. You click on it, and it'll give you all the ones that are in the perfect formation for you to enter a trade. Like what I do every day, every single morning, right here, MNQ. This is on the daily, and those are fibs, and these are levels. This is what I do every day, waiting for the market to open. And someone asked me in the comments section, how do you make so much money on one contract? Try it. And I showed you yesterday, it goes purple. I take out a short. I click this button right here, see? The sell button. Goodness, it just got rejected. I could wait 6 minutes. This is it right here. This on market open, that's my entry. That's it. 59. Some people do this and then they take on their day. That's it. Now it was 60 minutes. That's 59 times 20. Sorry, I can't. It's like 1,200 less, a little less than, 1,180. I know. I kind of did the LA Unified in my head. I mean, does that work for a day? Like, okay, I could live on that. I mean, the one before it, right? Purple, one candle close, we go up. That was another $1,000. That's it. So we might have a long way to go in regards to the S&P 500, anything. Here's the 1 month. You guys have been in this rising wedge. You broke out of it. So at a minimum, you just measure it. That's it. But again, you need to know how to do it. Make it look all easy here, but when you see the digits go the other way, you're like, oh, wait a minute. Learn how to do it and use my software to find the stocks for you to trade. That's it. Take advantage of the elites blowing up the world to implement their whatever one world this and that. It's all pretty biblical, but I'll just take advantage of it. With that, I love you. I'll see you tomorrow.